You've culled.
There is much we ought to tend to. We are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldar will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Could you come over here?
Lots to do. And precious little time. Welcome.
These writings could be of import. A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest. Good, we're here.
If you must go off with... Your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Such quietude is a blessing.
Not much going on.
Master, if you're carrying around anything you don't need, there's no time like the present to rid yourself of it.
Well, let us make haste for the nearest town. We shall wait here till your business is done.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me! Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
Head will roll with water. Goes awry.
let them talk. I'm too old to care.
Whoever's my replacement seems for a boot up the arse. Whoever's my replacement seems for a boot up the arse. Only fools and urchins close to their kind.
Oh, wait till the new equipment's coming. I've been on my feet all day. My legs are lead. I think I'm lingering for a spell. Fancy a kit.
But not at the expense of my duty.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray forgive me for not telling you sooner. 'Twas never my intent to deceive you. I'd simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. But that is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are allied in purpose. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brant if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Sven, where have you been, Grace?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Prithee, inform us when you leave your chambers. If aught were to happen to you.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs were
There's ought to be said for peace and quiet. I'd quite like it here. I'll admit, I did worry you'd forgotten me.
How best to proceed?
Might learn a new dish. Interesting.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Do not forget that we work to serve the city. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Disa's schemes run deep. To think, Disa's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Disa is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Disa's focus, we may be able to gain here more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I'm able to offer, I bid you, take this.
It seems we were right to suspect the Queen Regent. We ought to keep an eye on her in the days to come. Mystifying. Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phasus fellow. But what precisely is their aim?